Alright, people, we're back. I just want to run down UFC 184, little post-fight action. Nothing special, man. Don't mind. I've been real lazy lately, man, so I've just been letting the beard grow, get crazy with it, I guess. But the mop's all out of whack. I'm just getting out of work, man, so don't mind the mess. But just some of the good fights I thought for 184. Derek Lewis taking on Ruan Potts. I thought it was a cool fight. Well, I mean, not really much of a fight, but Derek Lewis really had to go through some great submission defense. I mean, I wouldn't call it great, but I mean, he definitely was in there defending well. Sometimes I thought Ruan was going to get it, but luckily he was able to get out of it, able to get the ground and pound and finish. I kind of like both of them guys, so I was kind of hoping that maybe Ruan could get a win, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm kind of still excited. At the same time, I'm still excited to see Derek Lewis get something going. So, after that loss to Mitrione, I was kind of bummed. I'm like, I would have liked to have seen that fight go a little bit longer, but he'd have been on his back, and I don't think it would have gone very well. Mitrione, I'm sure, would have pounded him out. But anyway, man, moving on, 184. It's my list here. I'm looking at my TV here for my list. Some more exciting stuff going on. Tony Ferguson, man, and Gleison Tibau. I actually picked Gleison Tibau because he's just a really tough, durable guy. And I thought, this could go either way, really. But I kind of, I said, just out of experience, 40. The guy, is just entering 50 fights, 50-plus fights in Tibau. And I thought, man, this ton of experience. I thought maybe, I'm going to go ahead and say for experience's sake, I'll give it to Gleison Tibau, man. Tony Ferguson looks so good these days, man. I don't see him. Yeah, he's gonna have a real tough time when he gets in with guys that are fighting like him. Really, really smart, just outsmarting other fighters, man, and studying these guys, and just bringing a top-notch game everywhere. Tony Ferguson, I believe, came in with just basically a kickboxer, kind of a boxer style, and I mean, and he's massively improved on that alone. But I mean, he's got an excellent ground game now, and it's sick. It's awesome. It sucks for Tibau, but hey, man, it is what it is. I mean, it's how the ball rolls, man. But good fight until it was over. At least, you know what I mean. It was pretty short, but Alan Jouban, the guy I really like, man. I don't know a whole lot about Walsh, so I didn't know what to pick with Walsh. I saw him fight whatever it was 2 events ago or whatever. It wasn't too long ago. It was like a month and a half ago, maybe 2 months. But Walsh looked pretty good. But I thought Jouban's gonna get this. So, and just a good looking win, man. He's a tough dude, fun guy to watch fight, man. And I'm excited to see his future. Because you can tell a guy like him, he's crafty, but he's still going through some learning stages here. And I mean, he had a hiccup a couple fights ago, but still learning, man. Still, when he's back to it, man, he looks great. 11-3, nothing to get upset about, man. Koscheck, oh my gosh, did you guys see the picture? The drooling and whatever. Which, I got to give the guy major props, man, for staying in there, being choked like that, and Ellenberger, was just in there to. He said I was going to hold that until he was out. So that's what he said in the post-fight. Something along those lines. That wasn't the exact words, but this is brought to you by Miller Lite. One thing before I move on with that fight, I want to let you guys know, man, MMA Aftermath, also on YouTube, on Facebook as well. Spreaker.com, Legal Elbow, MMA show. Go over there, check that out. All kinds of audio shows, man. I think we're up to about 100 We're getting close to 190 shows. I think it's 184 or something like that. But lots of good stuff, man. We just did our last show was the pre-fight for 184. So, but we got another video coming up, or another audio show on Spreaker coming up here soon. Chuck Liddell went to Sports Court, and we got a lot of crap. I think that was just crap. with the way the questions went and the way the girl was, kind of throwing him under the bus, kind of, dirty questions, I'd say, with, for lack of a better term. But getting back to it, man, I just wanted to, point out those quick sites and stuff, whatever. And we will be back soon doing a post fight for this, what I'm talking about now. I'm just doing a quick little rundown, we can kind of get into depth more on Spreaker, so make sure you check that out, man. Hit the follow button, all that good stuff. But we try to get a few shows out a week at least. So, and lately we've been on a hiatus. So, it's not going to be as active as we've been in the past, but we're still trying to kick them out, still trying to stay current, even though we're beat up, in the recent crap that's been going on with UFC, all the bad tests, all the injuries. We just got tired of talking about it because it's like everything we were talking about was bad news. So I'm like, man, let's just step back for a minute. But we didn't really step back much. So, maybe that stuff might still be in order, to keep it at bay or whatever and just kind of keep it off our mind for a minute. But awesome win for Ellenberger, man, coming back to it. Ellenberger really, just needed to get back into winning ways. He's been on a rough run. I think he's down 3 fights. This is his first win back. Koscheck, I believe, is down 5 fights now, man, which is horrible. But I don't know what's the best plan for Koscheck, man. Bellator. I'm sure he's still got fights on his UFC contract, and UFC's not going to cut him. UFC's not going to cut him. But I think this was maybe, in my opinion, real quick. I think this is just kind of Koscheck's kind of last ditch effort, maybe. He just spent a year, doing his own thing, fishing and whatnot, and just resting up, whatever. But I don't really see him being all that excited about it anymore. Or, I could be wrong, but maybe his heart's just not into it anymore. And he doesn't, and, because, imagine if you're a career fighter, walking away from that, that's probably a tough thing to do, whether your heart's in it or not, especially as far as he's gone, as far as he's gone and he's as big as he's gotten, you know what I mean? So it's probably a bitch, to figure out whether you really want to walk away from it or not. But moving on to the rest of the card, Holly Holm, I don't want to say she looked bad. She was definitely feeling the jitters. I can for sure say that, because she didn't look like a power striker one bit in there. I don't think there was really any power punches that she threw. A lot of point fighting, you know what I mean? She looks like she really wanted to go the distance and get points. Raquel had some good looking moments, but she just couldn't capitalize, man. Couldn't stay on Holm, and Holm just, I don't know. Split decision win. I would go ahead and call it a split decision win. Maybe not split decision. I thought Holm got it. Did enough to get it, but Raquel Pennington, I suppose, did some good stuff as well, but I think it's just the boxing experience and the experience that Holly Holm has that Raquel Pennington just doesn't have. You know what I mean? When it comes to trying to stick up with a boxer and the speed and there's a couple takedowns she went for it that, it was a long shot. She wasn't going to get that, but next time we will see a better Holly Holm. I guarantee you that, because she's got that first fight out of the way. So the next fight is I'm not going to say a ton better, but it's definitely going to be better. She'll be able to showcase some more talent. You know what I mean? So, and hopefully her kicks don't look as broadcasted or whatever, or I don't remember the word for it, but hey, here it comes. Hey, here it is. Like I said, man, I can't remember the term for it, but you guys know what I'm saying. Hopefully, she's improving some of that, and she's an undefeated, boxer. So I believe she had a kickboxing stint too. But anyhow, Kat Zingano, I believe, which she knows too, but I'm sure she'll agree. She made the biggest mistake of her life. Why anybody would go in with Ronda Rousey and rush her like that is probably the least smartest thing you could do. I like Kat. I think I like her personality. I don't think she's a bitch by any means. I think Rhonda's, I'm kind of coming around. I'm kind of getting some of the things she's saying now, even though, a lot of it is like a female Tito Ortiz to me. It's all about her. You know what I mean? It's just not so much self promotion. You know what I mean? But sometimes she's really hard to listen to because it's all about me, and she constantly brings up Cyborg, and it's like, okay, Cyborg's too damn heavy. Cyborg is starting to bring it up again now, and it's like, this is getting ridiculous. You guys have been talking about this for what, 2 years now, probably more. If you're gonna do it, let's fucking do it. Stop talking about it, and that's just it. I don't want to fucking hear about it. If you're not gonna do it, don't do it. But don't sit there and talk about it just to get some fucking headlines. That's what pisses me off, because it's like, oh well, I haven't been in the spotlight a while. Let me go ahead and mention Cyborg, or let me go ahead and mention Rousey. I need to be in the spotlight. Everybody wants to hear about that. Everybody wants us to fight, so I can go ahead and talk about that. I'll get some camera time. It's fucking annoying, ladies. Stop it. Stop it. So anyway, man, hit the sub wherever it is. It's somewhere in this triangle thing. And I'll see you guys soon, man. But Spreaker.com, Legal Elbow MMA Show. Check it out. And hit the follow button, all that good stuff. And tip a cool one to you, man. Steadfast God Beer. We'll see you guys.